In today's video, we talk about mother-in-law, or some, as some would like to call them, mother-in-law. Welcome to my channel. My name is Esther NJAU. Relationship between a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law is one that I believe should work perfectly. And the reason why I'm saying this is because these are two different women but who share the same experience. The mother-in-law got married to a home, and now the son has brought a daughter who is the wife now, who is the wife and who happens to be the daughter-in-law. So I believe the reason why this mother-in-law is there should be to guide this lady and to make sure that they don't make the same mistakes that they made, or maybe they don't do the same things they do. And the reason why that relationship doesn't work is maybe because of selfishness, or we are just going to find out before the end of this video. Now, one thing that I need you to understand before I even start giving out the points that I want to share with you today is that no one will ever play the role of the other. The mother will never be the wife, and the wife will never be the mother. And that's why I don't understand why people don't work out this thing. Because if you'll never play the role of the other person, why are you jealous of that other person? That person is not there to replace you. The mother-in-law is not going to replace you as a wife, and you as a wife, and you as a daughter, and vice versa. I mean, no one is going to replace the other. Each person plays their role. Each person is who they are in the life of that man or that woman. So what makes this thing not work out? What makes this relationship not work out? Or rather, what makes them not get along? The number one thing that I need you to understand is there must be respect. There must be respect. And the reason why you find that people disrespect each other is because people have started knowing too much about each other, and mostly negative things about the other person. And let me put a disclaimer here. Most of the reason why the relationship doesn't work is because there was a leaked information by the partner themselves, maybe, or by relatives who came in your house and just took some things, or maybe saw some things that, you know, when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. Don't go there and start trying to change everything. And because things are not done the way you'd like for them to be done, you think that lady or that man is not a good person. So if you go to their home, you as a sister-in-law or maybe as a brother-in-law, if you happen to visit and have a stay, if you visit once and go home, that's okay. But if you happen to go and live with them, just live just live according to how they like it. They like it in their home. Stop trying to go and change, or when they don't change to what suits you, you go and take bad information about that woman or bad information about that man to your parents about this other partner. Now, the other person who can leak information is your partner, as I said. And this is, let me talk on behalf of ladies. A man who leaks information to the mother about negative things about the wife. I don't know why you do that. Leak bad information about your partner to your mother, and I don't understand why most people do that. But if you introduce your woman to your mother, if you introduce your wife to your mother, give them time to know each other. Stop telling your mother this woman does this, Stop telling your mother that this woman is this and this, you handle her like this, and you tell your wife, my mother is like this, don't do this to that. Don't do that. Just give them room to know each other. Give them room to understand each other. In that way, you're going to build a healthy relationship between the two of them. Because the moment umekuja kwangu, you tell me this is so and so, lakini that changed the whole thing. It changes the whole thing from my view of that person. So if you would just introduce this lady, if you just introduce this guy, and just let the relationship take root, watch our build their relationship. You have a chance, you had and you still have a chance to build your relationship. Now it's the other person's chance to build a relationship with this woman that they've met. Let them build a relationship without interrupting. You only interrupt when there's a problem. And if you don't go telling the other person the negative side of the other person, I don't see why there should be a problem. So the moment you introduce your wife, to your family. Let them build a relationship. Stop telling this on, don't deal with this one, don't deal with this one. And the other thing I want to share with you, you who have been introduced to that family, the moment you get into that family, stop telling a lot. In the first few months, or maybe the first year that you meet, stop overexposing yourself. Yes, you've been introduced to this family. Give yourself time to know these people. These are people you never grew up together with. These are people who you share different values. These are people you view life in different perspective. So stop going and starting talking too much. Give yourself time to know these people. There's a saying that goes, familiarity breeds content. So the moment you go and start getting familiar with these people, hata ujejuana na wao, ushaanza kuambia mimi nafanyanga kazi huku, nafanyanga I earn this much, our da, so much information, and you've not known these people. You're giving them room. You know, the moment a person knows you, they can destroy you. Do you understand? So the moment you get into this family, give yourself time to know them. And I keep saying this, it takes 3 months character ya mtu itoke. Lakini for people you are meeting maybe once a year, twice a year, max 3 times a year, I don't see 3 months of you knowing that person, because in those 3 months you could as well have not met. Mnaweza kuwa mjapatana for the past 3 months. So don't give yourself 3 months that ushakaa kwa 3 months and now you're acting like you've been there for 3 years. So give yourself time to know these people. Every time you go, wewe wasikize, do more of listening and less of talking. Sikiza tu, mtu ataongea tu na utajua huyu nitamhandle hivi, huyu nitamhandle hivi, this other person I'm going to handle them this way. Because I believe at the end of the day, no woman gets to a home, or no woman get introduced to a family anaenanga ako ready for war. It's just that shit happens. But hakuna mtu anaenanga ati wacha niende watanijua huko. Hakuna, unless you're a witch. But if you're a normal human being, you go there to nurture those people, to love those people as your own family, to just be kind to them, and you expect the same from them. So, and the other thing I would like for you to understand, or the other thing I would like for mothers to understand, is that learn to listen to both parties, especially for mothers-in-law. This is for you. Learn to listen to both parties. If I come to you, if your son comes to you and tells you also all this sort of things, easy vitu zote amenifanyia, amefanya, and I keep saying that because people, if you see a person running to report fast, that person has a problem. Mtu mwenye anakimbianga kusema wa kwanza, most of the time is the person is the one who has a problem. But even if they come to you fast, learn to listen to both parties. Umesikia side ya your son, now wait until you listen to the other side, usikie what is happening where. So that way you'll be able to guide these people in the right way. And like when you listen to one person, me na believing if you're not married to a madman or a mad woman, nobody reacts to nothing. My reaction means there's something you did so that I can react the way that I did. Unless I'm a mad woman, unless I'm a madman, you must have done something. And I believe that ukitaka kwenda kunisema anza na kenye ulifanya ndio ni react venye nili react, because I just can't react. You can't come home and I'm all over crazy and I'm all that and nothing has happened. There must be something that happened for it to resort to bring certain results. So I believe as a mother-in-law, you need to sit down with both parties. If imefika point ya mnaenda kwa mother-in-law, there are people who decide to sort issues by themselves, which is okay and which is the best thing that you can ever do. But ikivuka border, ifike tu ishafika the other side, please learn to listen to both parties. Kama your son has come and told you, my wife has done this and this and this and this and this, make a point of calling the wife and talk to both of them. Because ukiwa hapo only, it's so hard for you to lie when I'm when I'm present. You know, you can lie when I'm away, but when I'm there, you can say this and I'll say the reason why I did this is because you did this. So there'll be that confrontation, and you as a parent, as you listen, you'll be able to tell. Because me na believing the reason why tumekuwa wazazi and the reason why God has given us and trusted us with children is because we can guide these children. And the other thing that mothers need to do, especially mothers-in-law, is ask God for wisdom. Because as long as you're dealing with your blood, your flesh and blood, and another person who is not your flesh and blood, chances of you ruling in favor of your son or your daughter are so high. So before you rule, before you say this is a bad woman, this woman, you deserve to get another woman, you deserve to leave this woman, you deserve, this woman doesn't even belong, we don't even know you anymore, before you get those words out of your mouth, ask God for wisdom, because it's very important that you're able to rule and rule in justice. The moment that these people come to you and tell you all this manner of things, you're able to listen to both parties. That way you're able to tell, shida inatokea hapa. Maybe the problem is not the wife, maybe the problem is not the husband, maybe it's just their communication issues, maybe it's just a misunderstanding that this person never understood this from this level. Do you understand? So the next thing you need to do, you as a mother-in-law, kindly ask God to give you wisdom to lead these children and to understand, especially this person that is not your own flesh and blood. Because like I said, it's all easy for you to just ignore them and not care about the way they feel, simply because they are not your flesh and blood, and you forget that this person, maybe the other person is the one who was right, maybe your son was the one who was wrong, maybe your daughter was the one who was wrong, and that way you'll be able to judge in a just way. And the last thing that I need to share with you is avoid entertaining so many people in your home, people outsiders, maybe family, unless ni ile hakuna otherwise. You know, there are times that imefika mwisho hapa ni lazima, cause that leaking of information is very dangerous, cause mtu atapeleka vitu zenye both of you are okay with, but then because they came to your house and they don't feel comfortable with those things, they feel like you are mistreating the son or you're mistreating the daughter, and the message they send home is not good for the parents. And who would like to know that their son is being mistreated? Who would like to hear that their daughter is being mistreated? Of course, we all want our children to be happy. We want them to be okay wherever they are in our absence. But the fact that someone comes and spoils your mind doesn't give you the right to go umeanza kuvuruga the lady, and you don't even have an idea what has been happening. And like I said in the beginning of this video, this relationship should be the best relationship ever, because you are in the same line, Eddie. You are walking towards the same direction. Huyo alipitia and wewe sasa ndio unapitia. So I don't understand why mnashinda mki. If at all you can just pray for each other, you can just understand each other, you can give yourself room, ndio mwanze tu relationship hivyo tu, just the two of you, because hata wewe na bwanako, nobody, even if friends introduced you to each other, you just took your time to know each other. So if you introduce your spouse to your family, give them room to know each other. Stop telling them not to talk to this, not to talk to this, not to do what. They are grown women, he's a grown man, so give that person room to know who not to interact with, who not to get familiar with, who to befriend, who ushaelewa hizo vitu. Wacha tu yeye mwenyewe apate hiyo chance ya kujua, I can talk to this, I can talk to this, that way. And that way we are going to have a peaceful relationship. You're going to enjoy your in-laws relationship, because I believe at the end of the day, hakuna mtu anatakanga fights, and nobody wants to have you don't even visit your in-laws, they can't even visit you, because relationship iliisha kabla ianze. You understand? So I hope that this video has been of help to someone who is going through mother-in-law issues. And if hata mshako sana, just give it time to settle. After that, start again. It's never too late to start again. Anza tena process. Itaenda tu hivyo. At the end of the day, God will make a way. Because keep praying for them. If they are mistreating you, keep doing your best. If you have to avoid them for a few times or maybe a period of time, just do it. But at the end of the day, we pray for each other and we just long to have a peaceful moment, a peaceful relationship with each other. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope it's going to be of help. Share it with friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and until next week, bye bye.